Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Detailing Yoda. Welcome to my workshop if you've not visited before. And welcome to a new camera and a lav mic. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear what I'm saying a lot more easily. Today I want to do something that I've been trying to do on this channel before, which is answer some of your questions. I really want to be here for you guys. And I've been pinging some messages about on Instagram Messenger with a guy this week who has asked a lot of common questions, and it's a set of questions I get quite a lot about starting a detailing business. What should I do? Should I get training? Should I not? What kit should I buy? What is your advice to me, new to the world of detailing or wanting to go professionally, that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna fill this video with hopefully lots and lots of information for you guys who are looking to start making money from detailing. And I'm gonna pepper it in as a bit of a response to this guy, because it's really hard to answer, just by messaging, really. So what I want to do is speaking tells 1,000 text messages, doesn't it? So the gentleman has messaged and said he's in the process of opening a PPF and a paint correction facility, more as a sort of second hobby, a side hustle. Hopefully then it will go on to be a main event. Stuff's got in the way, a bit of COVID's got in the way, a bit of stuff like that. And he's really wondering, lots and lots of questions. We'll get on to the staff and employing people a bit later, because that's a bit of a different thing. And I do employ guys, but not in the sort of traditional sense of the word. So we'll talk about that a bit later. Not sure where to start with products. Asking about hot water jet washers. That's right. I'm flying ahead a little bit, aren't I? So asking about coatings, all of that stuff. So the first thing is, I would always say to anyone starting, just start cleaning your car. You've got to start somewhere. And I'll attack this question a little bit more from a technical point of view, and more from a sort of philosophical point of view. I'm a big fan of just starting. If you listen to all the big sort of guys, the commentators, the Gary V's and that stuff of this world, a lot of them will say to you that, procrastination is the biggest killer of things. That, everybody has dreams, but the reason we're not all millionaire entrepreneurs is that a lot of people just fail to execute on stuff. And I know this from my YouTube journey. I'm trying to improve things, but you have to start. I started by just plonking my phone on a tripod for you guys, and now I've got a better camera. I'm trying to do better sound. I'm always trying to move forward. I didn't start by trying to be Spielberg, and I think that's very applicable to detailing. Start by just doing a plain wash on your car, see how that goes. Then say, I really want to get my wheels better. How can I invest in some chemicals? What chemicals are people using? And more importantly, what products and techniques are people using? So my number one tip, my first tip to anyone, whether you're a seasoned professional or not, is the product manufacturers would have you buy anything and everything, and they're all fighting about whose is best. There is no best. You guys, and I'm a strong believer in this, you guys are the difference. Your technique will always make much, much, much more of a difference. Your technique and attention to detail will always make much more of a difference than the latest and greatest product. Yes, there are some slightly worse products. Yes, there are some slightly better products, but honestly, you guys are the difference. And that's the first thing to learn. So start somewhere. And then when you start to get things you're not happy with, or when you start to see the areas you can improve on, then you can start to do a bit of research and that sort of thing. And on that note, with chemicals and everything else, don't look what the latest fad thing is. Don't go on to a detailing group, or, you know, if you've got a BMW, don't go onto the BMW forum. Have a look what the professionals are using. Yes, sometimes, especially in this day and age, some of that stuff could be sponsored, or it could be, you know, like influency type content, but a lot of the time it won't be crap. No professional with 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers on YouTube is going to use absolute rubbish. Yes, they might be having a bit of a backhander for using it, or they might have got given the products, but they're not going to put it on their channel if it's rubbish. So that's my sort of bit of advice there. The next thing I want to talk about is, you know, anyone who's got a finite amount of money, you have to realize what your budget is to start off with. And it is very important to know whether this is your main source of income or your second source of income. If it's your second source of income, you can build things up. If it's your main source of income, the most important thing is that you have cash flow, for paying your bills. You know, have 3 to 6 months worth of money in the bank to pay your bills. If it's a side hustle and you've got however much, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 to put in it, there's a list of priorities of stuff that I would suggest you go for, and places I would suggest you spend your money. So this guy specifically is asked about hot or cold jet washes. A jet wash is a good place to spend good money. I see a lot of guys who are starting up, and they're starting up with a £100 jet wash. If you're cleaning cars, and principally whether you're going to do, you know, a 3-day detail or a 3-hour detail, a good jet wash is one of those things that will earn you money every second it's switched on, and it will pay. The faster you can get a car washed and the better quality you can get a car washed, it's money in the bank. So do not skimp on a jet wash. If you're going to do this remotely professionally, 500 quid on a Kranzel. I must admit, I haven't checked what they are lately. Go to Kranzel on Instagram and have a look at what they are. You won't go wrong with that. If you're going to go for a Karcher or a Nilfisk, I've always used Nilfisk professionally. They've always been brilliant for me, but I've always used the pro grade ones. My first power washer I ever had was a £350 bottom of the professional range of professional grade Nilfisks, and it's brilliant. It's still going today at home, and I have hardly ever done anything to it. I've now got the £1,200 sort of, it's quite low in the range of heated jet washes that Nilfisk do, but it's really good. Never had a problem with it. I do have that one serviced because it's a couple of quid. Yeah, well worth doing. But a lot of the guys have the Kranzels, but again, you have to have them serviced once a year. But that is your key money maker. Scrimp even on machine polishers, if you must, but a jet wash is really important. Machine polishers is the next one this guy's asked about. What machine should I buy? How many machines should I buy? All that stuff. And you'll have an answer to this. If you're already machine polishing your own stuff, you probably will have a machine polisher or two. If you're starting from scratch, I would buy a Rupes 15 and just pick that up and get going and get used to polishing. You'll realize in 6 to 12 months or in 20 or 30 cars, yes, you probably could do with a smaller machine. You could probably do with a 15 or a Nano. But just to get used to machine polishing, buy a 15, buy the Rupes yellow and the blue. Don't get into the white or the green. Really, Rupes are, as I said in the machine polishing video, Rupes are simplifying their range now. So just get used to the yellow, just get used to the blue. If you're picking up a machine polish for the first time, get a yellow pad, get the yellow polish, and just have a play. Just polish your car, because you won't really do too much damage. There will be defects that will get left in, but it's much more important you get used to that motion of holding a polisher. You get that. It takes, look up the 10,000 hour theory. I'm a big fan of that. 10,000 hours. So that initial hour curve, you're just building the muscle memory, you're learning where the buttons are, all that stuff. Like me playing with a new camera. I'm learning where, my first few videos I do, I'm learning where the play button is, where's the focus button, where is the shutter button, where is the thing to track my face, all of that sort of stuff. So that's what you need to do with the machine. Once you've got that, then you can get more machines. Once you've learned to correct light defects, then move on to heavy defects. Don't start wet sanding straight away. I sort of want to keep these shortish. I'm aware I've been rambling on for 10 minutes already. The coatings is another one, actually. I get asked a lot. And again, you will have the answer to this. If you're a super keen enthusiast, you've got a machine polisher, you've already coated your own car, you'll be much better off. This guy has asked specifically about what do I advise with ceramic coatings? Should I get going with them? What should I do? And my advice was start with a wax. Get used to how a wax is applied. Ceramic coatings are quite complicated to use, some more than others. Once you've got used to how a wax works, another thing, you need to be able to educate your customers. So once you've got used to what a wax does and does not do, then you can get into comparing it with a ceramic coating and move forward from there. A wax is really good for the lower price jobs you'll probably be doing when you first start out. A wax is exactly what you want to be doing to just get cars going in and out, get some water beading, and then you can offer a ceramic coating as a sort of halo service. The final question was on products, and it was to do with all of the other things. So clay bars, an APC, wheel cleaner. It's very difficult when you're starting out to pick a company. And again, I would say my advice was to use Sansom, who I've been involved with, and that's only that's because that's what I use. I've used nothing but Sansom for those sorts of products all year. Quick plug for Sansom. I've been involved in the development of them. It's great stuff. It won't trip you up. There is a lot of generic stuff out there that I'm not a fan of. But, use Auto Finesse, use Auto Smart. It's one of those ones. Pick a big company that does all of that stuff. Don't pick one of those companies that is either a white label or is, Dave in his back garden making stuff. Dodo, just pick a brand that's been around for a long time. Look at the reviews. Alan at AM Details stuff. Any of those things are more than adequate to get you going. And again, once you've got used to what one product line will do, go from there. Rupes make a product line of maintenance stuff, and it's brilliant. Final question from this guy was microfibers, and had really been doing his research on microfibers. What do I need for polishing? What do I need for drying? What do I need for glass? What GSM do you recommend? What blend do you recommend? All of that stuff. Microfibers, the microfiber world has really blown up in the last few years. The first thing is you can spend a lot of money on it needlessly. Get a good quality microfiber. I'll get some hate for this, but go to Costco and get a bundle of theirs. Get a cheap bundle of something from eBay. Try them on some different paints. Get a box of the Guion polish wipes. And honestly, go onto the Rag Company's YouTube channel. Check out all the stuff they have to say about microfiber and blends and all that, and then try one or two of the whole range from the Rag Company's range. And you will find out what you like. You'll find on old German paint, it doesn't really matter what microfiber you use, it won't mark it. But you'll find on brand new Japanese paint or on original Eastern paint, it's much more finicky, and you'll need a better quality, different blend microfiber to make sure that it doesn't mar the paint finish. And that comes into ceramic coatings. Once you get into coatings, it's a little bit pickier on making sure you've got a really good quality microfiber to really absorb that coating and level it correctly. Hope that answers stuff. This might raise more questions than it answers, but please pick me up on it. A lot of you guys do. Just dive into the DMs, comment below, give us a like and a subscribe, and share to your friends if you want to as well. And yeah, I'll try and be available for you guys to help. I don't know everything about everything, but I know what's been good for me and has helped me be a successful detailer. I'm just flicking through this string of messages, big string of messages we've had. I think I've just about covered everything. I'm up to about a quarter of an hour, so I don't want to take too long with you guys. Happy detailing. I hope that really helps. And let me know about the production quality. Does the lav mic work for you? How do you find the camera, and do you like it bouncing around, or is it making you seasick? Hopefully it's not, and hopefully all this is working really well for you. It's a Friday lunchtime here, so I hope you're going to have a great weekend. I should get this up for you in the next couple of days. I look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate all your likes and shares and subscribes and comments and everything on the Instagram and on this YouTube channel. Much appreciated. Look at this as well. Look at this gentian blue. See if I can change the focus for you. That's going to be a bit crazy to try and do. See if we can change the focus for you. Change the focus so it focuses on. Look at this gentian blue. Look at that. Look at that. I think I've managed to do it as well. Look at this thing. Just about to give it back to a customer a bit later this afternoon. Incredible car. Hope you're all good anyway, guys, and see you soon. Ta-ra.